Cox Yeats was started by Graham Cox in 1964. Jeremy Yates joined Graham about 5 years after the firm started, and since then the firm has grown quite significantly. So we've gone from 10 professionals some 8 years ago to nearly 50, and it's been quite a dramatic growth and quite an exciting story. It was probably the first firm in KZN that focused purely on commercial work. So he was a bit different when he started his practice, and I think that probably defines us now, some 50 odd years later.
I see all of us attorneys in this firm as A-type personality people. So there are a number of leaders.
When you look at all the personalities and the strong personalities that we have, I think none of us ever feel like we're being led. It's almost as if we all are on the same journey, heading in the same direction together.
We've got very much the same mentality, and Michael keeps us on that same road. We're not being led, we're directed.
We have partnership meetings every month, and it's very much a participative meeting as opposed to a top-down type approach. All of us respect each other, so the junior professionals respect the senior ones respect the juniors.
I think that's what makes us so attractive to young lawyers around, is because the structure and the model here isn't replicated anywhere else. It's quite unique.
As opposed to sort of a lengthy one interview process, we generally hire out of VAC work where the students come for a week or 2 weeks. Because
we work in teams as opposed to departments, we tend to work very closely with each other. And there's a natural tendency to hire people that you get on with or with whom you share common values.
Each team has sort of its structure and its unique personality in a way. And that's how we ensure that we get people that we know will fit into our teams, so that going forward, we know it's going to work well together.
We tend to have quite a long relationship with our staff. There are fewer staff that leave than hang on around well into their retirement years.
What is the key ingredient or difference that makes a person fit here? It's pursuit of excellence and wanting to achieve the best that they possibly can. And we try and create that environment where a person can maximize their potential.
At the end of the day, you've got hundreds of applicants who, have the intellect to fit in, but it's really just a case of who fits in here.
So if you look at the clients that we had 30 years ago, we still got those clients.
I think why we have so many of our clients, why we've kept them for such a duration, is because there's definitely a focus on sort of the seniors introducing the junior members of Cox Yeats to people within the organization to sort of enable them to build up a relationship going forward. And I think that's really helped, especially within our team, to ensure that at all levels we stay connected.
What we try to do a little bit differently is to get to know the client, to know their business, to know their problem, be able to sort out the problem in the way that the client needs it sorted out, as opposed to how we might prescribe it. And I think that's what clients value in their interaction with Cox Yeats.
No, I think it's basically that we don't take a one-size-fits-all approach. We go beyond just that one problem we're looking at, but we sort of take the bigger picture and look at the business as a whole, and see how we can really help them going forward.
And how it impacts other parts of the business.
Exactly. Whenever you get a matter, it inevitably brings in more than one area of law. And people are definitely very open here for you to sort of draw on their expertise. So a client might be coming to one person, but at the end of the day, they're coming to 50.
I think the reason why we're very successful is because we've got some incredible people. And Cox Yeats is about people, but you just get 50 people collectively trying to solve a problem, and you achieve amazing things.
I think we're also quite progressive in regard to our younger people, because in this firm there's a definite planned progression towards partnership. You follow a certain trajectory and you will end up being a partner, I think in some instances sooner than you may in another firm.
We have a really strong sort of body of junior attorneys, and I think that is really going to assist us going forward, in that we don't sort of have this top-heavy firm. We definitely have sort of a solid base coming through to ensure sort of sustenance of Cox Yeats into the future?
I think that it's a good structure, and it's a very positive structure where people actually know where they're going, and if they achieve and they stay on the right path, then they can succeed.
My one word for the company would be integrity, and sort of building up on that. There are obviously lots of bad stories about lawyers out there, and I've yet to come across one in my law firm.
My one word would be independence, because it values independence and the independence of the individual.
Progressive, moving forward with innovative trends.
My one word for the company is awesome. I think it just describes a whole bunch of good things about it that probably one word wouldn't.
That's the best one.